Welcome back to the GSL Codes. How you doing, Artosis?
Doing pretty darn well, Tasteless. Gumiho, the first person out of the group. How many of you guys honestly thought that would happen? Not that you're a Gumiho fan and you bet on it. How many of you actually thought that would happen? Not many, I think.
I think
Gumiho was actually like, whoa, did I just 4-0 this group?
Gumiho
really?
getting out of the group is not unimaginable, but to be the first out of the group and the 4-0, that I think nobody expected.
That's kind of crazy, man. But
it is.
Good on him. He's always been a very top-end Terran, and certainly playing as such tonight.
I feel like Gumiho is going to be one of these Terrans that's going to be around for years and years and years.
Yeah. I think so, too. Now, HyuN against Innovation next. The losers match, believe it or not. Pretty tough.
How weird is that?
I'm not feeling very confident in HyuN here.
Look, I wasn't impressed with HyuN against Gumiho.
I didn't like the roach builds that much. They weren't my favorite.
Yeah, they seemed a little bit stiff. Mm-hmm. And now he's up against Innovation, who really is just absolutely like unworldly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
otherworldly.
So good. It's otherworldly, yeah.
Underworldly if he's a zombie.
Yeah, or a vampire.
Yeah, that could be as well. A werewolf.
That's true. Yeah, can't count out the werewolves.
Yeah.
What is that? There's some series that's out. Underworld? Is that good? I never saw it.
I thought like the first one was okay, and then they kept making sequels, and it's like,
But is it like awesome?
Don't waste your time.
Good action and stuff?
It's pretty action-packed.
Is it action porn, basically?
Yeah.
Just non-stop action? I should check that out, actually. All right.
I'm like, you should watch it. Yeah, I should.
I think it sounds great. All right, get ready for our match here in the losers, the GSL Codes. In the upper left, we've got our Terran player. He's in the losers, though, despite what we predicted. We'll see if he can get out still. He is...
STX Soar Innovation.
Ooh, I like that. Was a new move by Legend, I believe.
Yeah, he was doing the whirlwind effect on a different map.
Yeah. And now here in the bottom right, how will he change his playstyle to defeat this Terran here in this group of GSL? He is...
Quantic Kyon.
That was another new one. I feel like when I watch Legend do that stuff, I feel like Legend's like a skateboarder and he's showing me a new trick he learned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like, look at this thing I can do.
Yeah.
Whereas if I try to observe a game, I'd be like, watch this, Tasteless, and it's like the worst ollie you've ever seen. Like, I jump off my skateboard onto the sidewalk. It's like, well, that's not actually, that's not good at all.
No, I love having an observer here. It's so hard to actually do in-game observing for TV.
Well, that's basically gone away at this point. There's like really nothing left that makes us do that anymore.
The industry has changed now because it used to be just gone. We had in-game observer, but now, I mean, that's actually really good. I want to hit that home for a lot of the viewers. Like when you hear stuff like, okay, well, this event now has an official observer, that means that the production's going up.
Yeah,
which is better value. It's going to be running more like an actual TV station. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely makes for a higher quality presentation, higher quality cast, everything. So, Tasteless.
Yeah, what's up?
Looks like we're gonna have a Reaper opening between 1 and 3 Reapers. So it's going to take a little bit for anything to really happen. Why don't you talk to me a little bit, Tasteless?
Yeah, sure. What can I talk to you about? Have you ever skied or snowboarded?
No.
I skied once when I was a little kid.
Yeah. Did you like it?
You know, actually, it's fun, but then I think now that I'm older, I'm aware of how many people actually die skiing.
That's kind of scary.
Well, I mean, just it would. I think I'm like, I don't know. It's fun and stuff, but I have no interest. Maybe if I got a bunch of friends together and went skiing or something, we could do that. But
that could be fun.
Yeah, that could be fun. But I think on my own, I don't have as much of an interest.
Yeah.
I would prefer to just go up into the mountains and hang out.
Yeah. At a ski resort, perhaps.
Yeah, at a ski resort, that'd be nice. Those are pretty fancy.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We do have the Reaper coming in now. It is just one Reaper.
Nice
and
pull
he has
away
made
there, too.
6 Lings and a couple Queens, so not too likely to have much damage. Might get a single drone here because HyuN does have some drone sound.
Nice!
I did prefer, actually, the play that we saw, I believe it was yesterday, where there was just no drones at the natural till there was something there to defend.
Yeah, I think that's smarter.
Yeah, I do like that a bit more, so. Anyways, we do have double command centers coming up for Gumiho. I mean, not Gumiho, sorry, Innovation. This is as standard a build as you can really find. A single Reaper into command center, into factory, into another command center. This is the bread and butter right now of this matchup.
Is he going to get it? Nice save there. Wow. Don't want that command center to finish a little bit later.
So once again, this looks like it is going to be pretty normal right now. We actually have something a little bit different from HyuN here. He's gone up to 5 queens. Kind of an older style that we don't see as much anymore. But, you know, against someone that has gotten such quick command centers and is focused so heavily on the company, which, by the way, he did scout with his good Overlord placement. He knows that really queens will block everything for a bit. It's going to take quite a few aliens to actually be able to overpower them.
All right. As you can see here, perfect defense so far from HyuN. Oh! Almost got that.
No, Innovation. Getting out.
He's going to go back in here again. Let's see if he gets any drone kills here. It looks like he's going to get cornered now. Yeah, a little bit too greedy with that Reaper. Look at that dead Reaper, man.
Oh, wow.
What units have the best death scenes, do you think?
Medics from Starcraft 1.
What?
Medics from Starcraft 1. When a medic died, the head, arms, and legs would just all fly apart.
It was pretty graphic.
Yeah. It was like someone ripped up a Raggedy Ann doll.
But the correct answer is when the Nidus Worm is killed by a Hellion. That's actually the coolest.
Okay.
Oh my god, and speaking of Hellions, they're going to be over here actually getting into the main.
And with only one queen up here, no creep in between. It's going to take a while for those other queens to get up here. The drones going to battle and actually being pulled away at the perfect time. Not that many really dead yet, considering Innovation doing some damage. And so far, 9 kills now.
Yeah, continuing to drive back. These Hellions are the queens, but a lot of damage has been dealt. And you also got to consider the time that they're not mining. There's time lost, too.
That is true. That is true. And not just that, the queens aren't out front pushing creep, so he's delaying creep spread also.
That's very true. He's actually had 2 Hellions. Those ones right there. Just right outside the creep, too, so he can hit tumors, so...
And with a couple Widow Mines coming down, I like this Tasteless. He might be able to just run into a mineral line with these. Maybe kill a queen off. We're going to have to see.
Looks like he's going to put one here. And if he can get over there quick enough, yeah, he can. He'll be able to burrow down in here.
And that's probably going to...
You know what's nice about this? Now the Widow Mine can cover the Hellions. Oh, the queen also has a good death scene now that I see that.
Yeah, unfortunately for that Widow Mine, it did just hit the eggs. Did a little bit of splash the queen and help that to go down. But this Widow Mine shouldn't be able to get anything else done. The Spore Crawler builds pretty quickly.
Yeah, thank God for that, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That Widow Mine actually, no, never mind. That's actually going to finish.
Did he just forget about it?
Before. No, I think he just mistimed it slightly. Because, and pretty good kills there. 6 kills on the Widow Mine.
I think that's still, that's still in range of the Spore.
Worth the try, I guess.
Yeah.
If it was just outside, that would be a little bit annoying. All right, so we have a lot of Raxes being added. The Starport's going to be finishing pretty soon, and he does have double eBays with the Armory already started. So he's going to be keeping up on upgrades at least with HyuN here.
All right. Going to crank out some medevacs now. And it looks like he's actually going to take that center-left expo. I don't know how long he'll be able to hold this center-left expansion over here. Innovation.
Yeah, especially since he flew through an Overlord site.
That's what I'm actually surprised he didn't just turn around when he saw the Overlord. A lot of times, guys, we see Terrans expand to the center-left location undetected by the Zerg, and then they just try to land a bunch of mules there and suck up as many minerals as possible.
Yeah, it's something that can be beneficial, but in this scenario where his first medevacs aren't even out yet, and all he has is Marines, he doesn't even have any Hellions. If you have a decent amount of Hellions, maybe you're going to be able to keep the Lings out, but even a small group of Lings could definitely do a lot of harassment there.
Now you can see he's pushing out. He finally has medevacs, but yeah, I don't know if I totally agree with what Innovation's doing here.
Well, we'll see. There are 36 Lings on the way, and those Lings definitely could cause a lot of problems over there, but he is building actually a bunker behind the minerals, so that's going to make it annoying for just pure Ling to do anything.
Yeah.
He can, but it's, again, it will be annoying.
All right, now gunning down the rest of these creep tumors. He'll probably turn around after this.
He's just kill as much as he can. You know, the mutas aren't out yet, so he can pick up in medevacs.
There's a very specific time when you can do this, and it's right around now because this is right when they don't have, like you said, they don't have the mutas.
Yep.
Oop, he's going to have to pick up.
Oh, and loses a few, but you know what? That was completely worth the amount of creep spread he got rid of. That was a lot of active tumors, and that was a lot of spread. And now the vision and the force of the Zerg army is so greatly reduced.
Exactly. And then he gets out of there as the mutas are going to hatch. But any good Terran player should always try to push out with those first 2 medevacs and to see what they can do because they'll always be able to escape with a pickup.
Yeah. By the way, you can tell how tight these players are by how quickly their 2-2s both started. They both lost almost 0 time starting those.
Yeah. Now doing a great job. See those? Oh my God, those Banelings don't have speed.
Yeah, he's getting them right before, in fact. Baneling speed will be finishing pretty soon here. And that third base is actually working like a charm, man. This is how good innovation is. That we can look at it, and he's like, no, this will work. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make a little bunker. He doesn't have any lings right now. He's droning. No problem.
I can eke this out.
Yeah, and he's basically had exactly what he's needed there the entire time.
This is a little bit risky, though. 2 medevacs, 2 different locations, and the mutas can gun this down. But we'll see.
Mutas are showing themselves a bit more now, flying around the map. He is dropping this location, and it's huge if he can actually force a cancel here. And in fact, I love that the Widow Mine's there. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's super smart. Well, think about this, actually. You know, with that, if the mutas start to engage, you can just pop that out and burrow it.
Yeah.
And they have to run. That's too much damage.
And by the way, this is a very quick tunneling clause. We normally don't see tunneling clause researched this quickly. But with that out, that shows like what a precise player this is. That he's going to get tunneling clause extremely fast so that he can actually execute during the battles a little bit better. Like burrow and unburrow them when he needs to when little groups of lings are coming that he doesn't want them to set off.
Super smart. Another drop over here. Needs to burrow that Widow Mine. Oh, he's actually attacking from 2 sides over here. Meanwhile, looks like the mutas are going to clean up potentially 3 medevacs.
And that is a lot of speed banes. He does get a cancel here, but this could be an issue going into where these SCVs are. They're trying to get away, and actually they're doing a great job.
I'm actually amazed. I cannot believe how few SCVs died. I actually forgot I was even casting for a second. I was just watching that.
That was actually a really great defense.
Innovation coming in here now.
Look at that Widow Mine.
Oh, so good. Suddenly, innovation is everywhere.
The way that he's bringing Widow Mines with medevacs and with Marine groups, because he knows lings are chasing him in these harassment scenarios, it's crazy. That Widow Mine he just brought in the natural, 18 kills.
It had not occurred to me that you could pair them like this, but yeah, you could bring one Widow Mine with a bunch of Marines, and yeah, you could just drop right there.
Yeah, it's working out very well, and in fact, if those lings overcommit, that Widow Mine is going to get them. Well, we're not going to show that. We're not going to show the brutality that could occur.
Now it looks like he's going to drop over here. Actually, this attack is over.
Yeah. Look at the supply difference, by the way.
Yeah.
30 supply lead for Terran right now. And he has 4 bases against HyuN, who can't get his 4th base.
Yeah, he's slowly overwhelming HyuN.
By the way, HyuN's doing some great moves as well. He's got a lot of burrowed lings around the map.
Yep.
To see anything incoming, you don't necessarily need creep tumors. Those are doing a great job. Where the creep tumors don't reach, because there won't be any scans in those areas, likely. And he is getting Ultralisk Cavern out, of course. He's getting that chitinous plating now, and that's going to be very helpful if he can get it. But the 4 bases against 3 in Innovation's favor is a scary thing to behold as Zerg.
Yeah. All right, now speeding up over here, going in towards the main. Meanwhile, pushing up over here where the creep tumors are. Now this drop won't do anything, but the attack at the front very well may.
That one does go down. It was another Widow Mine drop with Marines in there as well.
He may just wear HyuN down.
You can tell why, by the way, that he got the tunneling claws so quickly, man. The way he's using these, it's so smart.
Yeah. Now more drones being killed over here with his drop. And again, with the Widow Mines. This is clearly the tactic he likes to use.
And the lings coming in. Not that effective.
Could have been much worse. Could have been much worse for the Zerg.
That's okay, though. You know, he keeps trying, and if only a few work, it's still going to be worthwhile.
Looks like he's going to try to drop here in the main, but the real story is this push coming down here right now towards the center right base once again. Going to deny him from actually getting that next base up. even targeting down the mutas.
Look at this. He's maxed out right now, keeping his money low, and making yet another command center. He's on 4 bases, harassing multiple locations at once with both Widow Mines and Marines.
Oh,
this is
he's
insanity.
Jump right here into the main.
Well, what are you going to do against that?
No, I mean, not much, I guess. He's, it's like we're watching Gumiho here.
Well, more so than that. Like, this is
like he watched
Innovation
Gumiho.
is too good against Zerg.
Yeah, he's just
He makes me
too
think there
fast.
might be something wrong, but really, if you're the only one that can do it, you can't really say that. Like, it's ridiculous how good he's playing.
All right, looks like the
this is a
medevacs will
big
be able to
catch.
chase down some of these, excuse me, the mutas will be able to chase down some of these medevacs. Oh, that was so good.
Wow.
All right, another pickup over here. HyuN still on 3 bases to the Terrans 4. This is never supposed to happen to Zerg.
70 supply lead
And
in
he's
4
about
bases.
to go to a 5th base.
Well, 3 base Ultra into Greater Spire, man. This is
Doesn't
getting a little
sound
bit
very
rough.
promising, yeah.
No, it does not. He has no economy to actually afford any of this.
I don't think you can even, support Ultralisk up 3 bases.
It's weird to say it, but HyuN is, so far this game at least, being outclassed.
Yeah. This is like almost like watching a Grandmaster versus a Master right now. You know? It's pretty rough. I mean, HyuN's... The Terran is so in the Zerg space, and Zerg has rarely even had the opportunity to be offensive.
Yeah, no, has he been offensive? I remember one attack that he did.
Yeah, one attack in the upper left, yeah.
And that was about that. And look at this, he's just absolutely everywhere. Boosting his medevacs around.
HyuN's going to try one big counterattack, which probably won't work if you just look at the supplies alone.
It's probably the right call. Look at this, he just turned around to go back, but what does going back accomplish him? Right now, Innovation is in a never-ending max.
GG.
Oh my God. Innovation's too good. That play was too good there. Like, too good.
That was like pretty intimidating stuff.
You can't tell me that you've seen a Terran that plays TVZ better than that.
No, that's what we were talking about, guys, earlier on, where it's like, when I watch him play, he looks like the best player I've ever seen.
He's so precise with, like, dropping the Widow Mine and getting quicker tunneling claws so that when Zerglings run in to try to clean up his drops, he has to... The Zerglings start to run in, and if you're a good enough Zerg to notice, then you pull back and try to send a few Marines, but he has tunneling claws, so he can do things like burrow and unburrow the mine over and over and over.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so ridiculously hard to deal with. Innovation is set. The thing is, it's so hard to do, too, that no one else even tries it.
Yeah. It never even occurred to me to try something like that, but my God, he's doing it. He's doing it so well, too. Wow. I can't believe how good he is. Well, I'm gonna call this right now. I think that HyuN's gonna lose this next game. I feel like our other players are just in a different league.
He chose Aklon Waste. Yeah. I wonder if this means he's gonna do some sort of Roach play. We have seen a lot of Roach builds on this map.
Yeah, he could.
Huh, we'll see.
I think he might try cheesing Innovation out.
I think it's not a terrible choice because we saw what happens if Innovation has economy going into the mid and late game.
Yeah. These are the scariest kind of players, the ones that the longer the game goes for, the better they are.
During all of that, his money was low. He was maxing out constantly. He hit all his upgrades slightly faster than HyuN. He got a 4th base up. The 3rd, oh my God, it just, Innovation is so good.
It was something to be impressed about. All right, guys, we're going to go into this next match and see who's going to be the first player knocked out of this group in the GSL Codex.